Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Call O'Clock with a lovely big package from BrickLink.com and two more fabulous things. Right, well how about we do the package after the first fabulous thing, and then we can do the second fabulous thing at the end. And this is the first fabulous thing, the wonderful donut truck set 60452 from this year, 2025, and it is rather lovely, kind of following in the footsteps of all the other ones like the recent burger truck and the ice cream truck and everything else truck, but I don't know, they're just so nice, aren't they? And this has kind of got that almost citron-y vibe, not as much as the hot dog truck, that's another one, but it's got all the newfangled printed tiles both here and on there, so no stickers required. In fact, it was quite remedial, the instructions, very juniorsy, with one or two of these parts for every single step, so we needed two great big booklets just to do something like this. I remember when sets used to be almost 10 whole steps to do a great big build like an Eldorado Fortress, and you kind of had to spot the difference between each set, and you'd have a few pieces left at the end, but not anymore. We've also got printed pieces on the donut, and this is clearly very similar, and therefore I think perfect to affiliate with the Donut Fancy Shop, as I call mine, the shop from the Donut Shop opening set 60233 from 2019. So if you aren't actually near that, then you can hopefully get this travelling van instead, and it's got the sort of icing dripping onto the roof there with this presumably motorised and revolving sign. And I really like the man on the inside with his lovely little sort of server hat on and uniform. Very nice indeed. And you also get a customer who's a co-op, and this co-op is obviously going to spend $100 on donuts all in one go because, well, you can see how happy she is just by one of them. So yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? So that is really good. So I can recommend this set massively. If you want to get it, then why not use my Amazon link? Yeah, it is a very fun one. And there's quite a few new parts in it, actually. Apart from all the tiles, there's also a new, well, for me, narrow base with a great big trench along the middle, which is quite useful. A bracket, which instead of being either sort of 1x2 or 1x1 or 2x2 or 2x4, is actually 2x6 to hold on all of this. And there's a few other parts in here as well that I can't remember that when you... Oh yeah, the wheels with the tyres. I'm thinking I might have had those once before, but it was still a bit of a surprise when I saw it this time. As for amendments, I'm thinking of getting another pair of these tyres to go on the other side so they can see what's on offer as well. We've got the attachment points already, and it looks like you could have a hatch on either side. But it is set up for the UK, where you'd be driving on the left and serving onto the pavement. So yeah, that's pretty good for because usually it's always set up for American or continental Europe. I've added also some indicators onto the front because it didn't have those, and I've also added some number plates from my collection. Basically moved those onto these pieces using my patented hot tea technique because, well, all of the cars in my city have number plates on, so I always collect pairs of them for sets that I won't be buying for whatever reason to put on vehicles that don't come with them. So I think that looks a lot more sensible on the front and back. Oh, and I missed one of the bigger parts. It actually lifts off and you could sort of use it as a stall, which might make more sense for the height of it actually, because you can see them actually doing an exchange when it's there. But on the back of the truck, which I actually prefer, I mean, I don't know who's leaning out far enough or if she needs steps to get up here or what, but I think we can suspend our disbelief and just imagine that working as a scene. So I'm a great fan of this, a great fan indeed. So I just guess I need to save it for the second half of my city that's going to be kind of further away from the donut shop, because we wouldn't want them kind of traveling the same patch. Anyway, so that's a great start. Buy that with my Amazon link, why don't you, in the description. And then we'll move on to our wonderful package from BrickLink.com, which was called Red Facade. And that's not just because it's got only pieces for a red facade in it, but because, well, that was the thing that it had quite a lot of. And wow, we have got quite a lot of stuff with not one big bag, not two big bags, but 3 big bags of used parts. So throw that over my head. That landed very flat, making a good noise. And let's just start with this. So yeah, I've got parts for 100 different projects in here. And some future buying, I think, because I think a lot of the parts are very good value. If you can hear me over that crescendo. So I've got an absolute load of arches. I use these fat ones for supporting things because they're just a few pennies, these really sort of old chunky ones. And I've got a load of these, which will either be for my university, which I haven't mentioned for a while, but I plan to use all the sort of Harry Potter sets to make a sort of, old style British university with, or I can use them for support. These darker ones are probably for extending and expanding my subway stations, because if I'm going to have the 2 tracks going in different ways as opposed to it sort of sharing the same track when it goes in either direction, I'm going to need more platforms, and I generally support them with that. Loads of white window frames, some of which are quite grubby, but hopefully will wash up well for all sorts of different buildings. I'm actually planning another modular at the moment. That's the first time I've mentioned that, and it looks pretty good so far. Yeah, I don't want to spoil that too much, but yeah, it's in development. It's not going to be any time imminent because, I haven't even finished designing it yet, let alone buying for it. And these parts are for another facade, these big window panels in, they call it trans brown now, I think. It used to be trans black, but that's much darker now, so I've got an absolute load of those. They all look quite good condition for use, so that's good. We've got, now here is the parts for the red facade. So I've done this before with these, and then it looks a bit skinny and a bit narrow. So basically I'm going to double the width of it as well as increase the height. So here I have got, I'm not going to do them all, but there's 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. So when I saw that many in one place, I thought, yeah, go on then, I'll extend it, because if it was a bit more hard to do, I probably wouldn't have bothered. And then I've got this one for the very bottom. So yeah, that's kind of looks like the sort of janitor's floor or something like that, because we'll be looking at the back of the building, of course, because it'll be backing onto the railway line. So it'll almost be just the sort of service entrance on that side, and then the back windows looking over, which will probably be residential. And we'll have a very sort of small scene in each of these windows, of course. So this one come from set 10743, Smokey's Garage from 2017, which is a Cars 3 set. And I kind of want that 2x4 tile that says Smokey's Garage, because I don't have that. That could be a nice advert. So I think I'll put that on my wanted list. But yeah, that's that one. And then this one comes from the Fire Emergency set 10671. So yeah, somebody clearly had quite a few of those sets collectively or whatever, because yeah, there's not many good parts in there, and well, yeah, whatever. Somebody bought a lot and parted them out, presumably. So yeah, a ton more frames, a few more castle pieces. So I need these old grey castle pieces, which aren't for Project Grey. That's got nothing to do. It's not a building, Project Grey, by the way. That's another clue for it. That's what we'll be starting next on the main channel. These will be for the kind of castle-y walls of the Major Oak Hill, which will be taking us from the portcullis of the main castle all the way down to the old town. So we need a load more of those. So there's 4 there as a good starter, and 1 more of these sort of tiny little turret type jobs. So that's good. Good to have all of that. Nice firm foundation of windows. Let's open the next bag, which is full of smaller bags, largely. Ooh, all sorts of stickered bits as well. Oh golly. And more slopes, more arches of every description, some big plates. These are all specifically for certain projects, including these supports, which are for my arcade. That's a bit of a clue, actually, as to what I'm going to do, though. You'll never guess it. But I need an absolute load of these. I've got just 2 here. Got a few printed bricks as well. We got this off that truck we mentioned earlier, the ice cream truck 60253, which is just a little menu with some different ice cream on. And I don't know if that truck needs another one of these or not, but basically I actually bought it for the brick. One of the tips that I always say when going to these stores is if you can't find a brick without a sticker, look for it with one. It might be a really unpopular sticker that you don't want, but you can just pull it off and then, well, the piece is the same underneath. So that's what I've done there. And I think that's what I did with these as well, because I got the final bit that I needed for my race way, and I seem to have got 6 more. So I think it was because I wanted the 1x4 red bricks, but I'll carefully peel all of these off and put them onto an old sticker sheet backing so I can keep them for a future date. And maybe, who knows, I'll have another raceway sort of advert that needs them. Or, well, I've used the tele a lot on my phone shop. So anyway, you know, Octane ones, they'll be useful somewhere. I think I've got a load of those already because I haven't used them. But they come from the Racing Bike Transporter 60084 from 2015. One on the side there. And we had those last time, of course. Oh, and there's another one stuck on that arch over there. We've got all sorts of more multicoloured bricks, this time magenta. And that's for our multicoloured facade. And you remember last time we had blue, red and yellow and goodness knows what else. And I think this colour as well, flamish yellow orange. So it's going to be an absolute rainbow. Probably lime as well, I can't really remember. But yeah, that's going to be so garish and vivid. I don't know if I'm even going to like it. But anyway, we shall see. Then I've got a few more of these crossing symbol things, which come on a few sets, including 60098, the heavy haul cargo train, which is the beast in my city, a really great big red one, and that was from 2015. And it's just I need loads more of these because I can have one on each side of the road, on each side of the crossing, so I need 4 per crossing. And last time, half of them were facing the wall, so they didn't need stickers, whereas this time, well, I've got loads more crossings. So let's just wind this down a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And I've got a load of those, can't remember, I think they might be for the arcade. Dark blue, I think they're for the multicoloured facade. I've got a lot of these, which I use to hold up my monorail, definitely when it's over train lines anyway. And I'm not sure if these ones are needed for that, or if I'm just going to use them to help support the underside of Major Oak Hill, because it's going to be about, well, 3 times as big now. I think it's about 2 base plates or just over that. And the big hollow bits that do go over the rail line still need holding up, so I might use them there actually. But they're very useful, those, and they're not too unsightly, because a lot of the big supports are a bit odd looking, really, and these aren't that dear either. Some grey window frames are for my space tower that's going in a corner eventually. An absolute raft of, wow, real literal fistful of 2x10, 12 plates there. Oh golly, one's a bit mauled. Bloomin' heck. That one is been chewed. Yeah, yuck. They are for the arcade, I'm almost sure. I want to get all the parts for that out and get that done, because that is super cool. But I think there's about 2 more halls at least that I need to open up before I can do that. Talking of getting number plates in pairs for sets that you probably aren't going to get, here's another pair. So I've got my next vehicle that doesn't have them covered. They came from the, well, 60083, as you might have gathered, snowplow truck from 2015, which is not a set that I'm likely to buy for the summery streets of Brick Nottingham. So yeah, that's a really good donor as a result. So that is great to have that pair, and I can move those onto whatever pieces are necessary, just like I did before there, using the usual method, which I can also use to correct this "Where are my pants?" sign, which will just be an advert for our pants shop, because all the ones I had I used, because I had 1 on the inside and 2 on a double-sided sign. So yeah, it'd be good to have 1 on the other end of the city to advertise that store for all of your pants needs. And that came on 70809, Lord Business's Evil Lair from 2014, of course. Yeah, good condition too, so that's very nice. Another big tile. Yeah, I was collecting these for my raceway, but instead we used the to hang off the Dunlop Bridge. I ended up using those banners for the X Games or whatever it was. Was it? Or Island Extreme Stunts, whatever it said. And I was thinking of using All in All, but anyway, I'm sure I'll be able to put these somewhere else, because that's from Cars as well, Cars 2 this time. 8423, the Deep Breath World Grand Prix Racing Rivalry from 2011. So yeah, that's another one that needs straightening, but not too bad. Another magenta brick. I think all these 4x4 plates in red offer the slight extension I'm going to need to do to my Duplo big red bridge across the mouth of Brick Bay. To make it the same length as the blue bridge, which will also be extended from last time lengthwise, it just needs about 8 more studs on it. So I'm basically going to put a 4 gap in between a big, huge Duplo piece 2 and 3, and another one in between piece sort of 1 and 2, just to make a bit of a break. And I need a few of those to kind of stack to get to the right height. More plates, more little black bits. And then we've got parts for all sorts of other facades as well. I think these ones are for a facade. That might be the multicoloured one actually, but these ones aren't. I've got a lot of these sort of angled pieces to make an angled roof, which will be very interesting for another facade that's totally different. That might have some grey windows in it actually, and that's going to use some really big colourful pieces. So that'll be quite, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. It's going to look quite different, I think, and using a part that people might be familiar with, but in a very, very different way. And I'm hoping that'll be very successful. Oh, I'm not tipping those out, but it looks like I've got about 100 or so ballast pieces for my track. They look new as well. I'll have to check the list, the purchase sort of invoice, but looks about right. We've got some more pieces here that could be new, but I'll open them up. We've got, I must have been running out of, oh no, I was going to say they're 1x1s, but they're not. They're sort of these teeth pieces in trans orange. And I'm going to use those to reproduce the kind of Sauron eye that's on top of the recent Lord of the Rings set. I don't know what it's called. Begins with a B, that one, yeah. And I just love that eye of Sauron sort of, you know, pivoting and gazing around. So I'm going to stick that on the top of some other tall building in my city and have that peering over my inhabitants as well. So that's good. I think these 1x8 rails are for the red facade building. Just have those kind of as window ledges to help break it up. And I've also got some big black bricks to do that as well. These were surprisingly hard to get. Just wanted them for my pirate themed build, which I've been hinting at a couple of weeks, but I don't think that'll be coming necessarily that soon because it's not that pressing. But yeah, I just couldn't find 2 of these. So we've got them now. That's no problem. It's not like that's held anything up, so that's all right. A few more dark blue plates. I think that's for the facade that has the angled ones on. Not that that really tells you much. Loads of 2x4s in every colour under the rainbow. So I think that must be for the colourful facade, since there's all of those. But the dark green ones might be for a certain train build that I need a few parts for before I can show. So I need to do some modifications to make it Robin Hood Bricksy. Wow, same again with the, the slim ones. We've got lime, yellow, orange, ooh, lavender, blue, dark blue, normal green, flamish yellow, orange. I think I said all the other ones. Da, da, da. Yep. So that's all of them. Very colourful heap. What else have we got? We've got purple slopes. Can't remember what they're for. I've still been buying these, even though I've stopped buying them now because I don't think they're that good. There's still a few are going to appear in the orders that I've already made. So yeah, it's the foot soldier kind of logo from the 10669 Turtle Lair set from 2014 that I was going to use as either a backpack or a shield. I'm not sure it's going to work. I might still use them if I ever do Shredder's Lair or something, but here we go. 1, 2 of those. I think there's a third one in here somewhere. Lots of dark blue tiles. That's for the one with the dark blue plates. These, what they call Technic cross beams or whatever they're called, lift arm pieces are going to be vital for, should I tell you? I don't know. A really innovative build that'll involve some tricks bricks functionality. That's all I'm going to say for now, but I'm really looking forward to doing that. We needed a few more parts. It's one of the things I mentioned last time, but I needed a few more parts for. These are vital. There's only a handful, sort of 3 or 4 in this set, but it's these triple slopes in old grey because I'm trying to put this sort of spiky tops onto all the ramparts of Major Oak Hill. And basically there's going to be a lot more castle wall top because it's kind of zigzagging down to get off the height that you've got from the drawbridge all the way down to normal level for the old town. So I need about 60, and that seems to be about the world's supply. So I'll be buying those wherever I can. And if you've got any burning a hole in your pocket, then why not send them into my PO box address? That would be greatly appreciated as a contribution to the city. Yeah, I'll just show you again in case you have got some. It's just these in old grey. And talking of the PO box, you know, I might have to shut it down. Just because, essentially, I'm not getting many things through, which is absolutely fine, because I don't expect contributions to you. There was a lot of people requesting my address at the beginning, and a lot of people have sent through some stuff. But I think once you've done that, then you know, you probably don't want to do it again. And essentially, it's costing me £40 a week to keep, month rather, to keep open. So I'd rather spend that on bricks if people aren't going to send stuff in. So if you were going to send me a package, do it soon, because before long the PO box might be kaput. So yeah, do let me know if that's going to be an issue for you, or if you think I really should keep spending that money to keep it open, because yeah, it just seems a bit wasteful as we currently are going. Not that I'm ungrateful at all for any of the things that have been sent in to date. Cool, we've got more. Wow, great big bag, which I'm going to have to tip out the side. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of this in shot, you know. Well, this is basically huge bricks, if you can still hear me. This one's not huge bricks. This is bag within a bag that's smaller, just for generic building. And all the colourful bricks for that same project. Yeah, I was clearly really going for that multicoloured facade in this order. And, you know, looking at this great big heap of different colours, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty disgusting when it's done. But I suppose we'll find that out one way or another, won't we? And then I've got a third facade. I'm really going for it. When I was designing one, I came up with a few ideas for another. And this one is going to be more subtle, I think, but involves a lot of white bricks. So essentially, and I think I called it my slant scraper. So that's what I shall tell you about it. I don't know if you'll guess what sort of element of it is slanted. It's not like under the leaning tower, like my leaning tower Ferrari, but I've got loads of the 1x1x5s and a load of the 1x2x5s. And to continue with my example of buying stickered pieces when you can't find the originals, I think a load of these have got stickers on, he says, not finding a single one with a sticker on. But essentially, when they're about the same price, whether they've got a sticker on or not, I just bought absolutely every one going. I still haven't found one with a sticker. Do you think they've gone in a different bag or gone underneath or something? I can't see any. No, I thought there were some with stickers on, but clearly I am wrong. But I need an absolute mountain of these, so maybe I'm thinking of another order. But yes, I've got 1 million of those. Loads in red, which are for my big arcade, yes. Let's make it nice and bright. Some blue ones, I think, are for the multicoloured. I've got loads of glass pieces in Translite blue there for the slant scraper. Yes. Golly, I've got an absolute mound of those. There's a ton over here. So yeah, about 20 of those, I don't know, something like that. Some in the trans brown, which go with the panels that we had earlier over there. Some black ones, still think they're for the arcade as well. I think it's black and then turns to red. I've got some of these to try out cross beams on my red Duplo bridge. Basically, the distance between the two sides is quite big, so I need a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 brick to even span it, because you need a proper 2x2 or 2x something brick to attach to the massive Duplo studs. I'm not convinced that I'm going to be able to make something this chunky look that smooth when combining it with Duplo. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to try and have a jolly good go at it. So we'll see if that works out. So you see there's an absolute load of projects here that we're contributing towards. And there's a load more pieces here. I mean, there's about 20 that are off shot, if not more. Heat them all up. Dark blue ones even. A lime brick. All sorts. And then we've got one more bag before the other lovely thing of more interesting parts. Lovely. We've got some contributions to our Alien Conquest army, namely some legs and the head from the Alien Trooper that came on a few sets, including 7066, the Earth Defense HQ from 2011. And it seems that the legs and the heads are the most common part. I was sort of looking at my bag to try and hook out a torso for this guy, and, well, I haven't got one. And I've actually got about 2 more legs and about 2 more heads. So basically, I need to find a store that's got about 3 of this guy's body, or maybe 4, actually, because I think I've got some more of these coming. So that is, yeah, I'm buying them out of kind of out of sequence. Then we've got 3 of these. And this is to finish my Alien Conquest drop pod, actually. Still buying the final details, these stickers that I'll move on to grey pieces. And I needed kind of 4 for each one of the one without the white line around the outside and 4 of the ones with the white line on the outside. And it looks like I needed a few more of these. So these came on 2 sets, including 75038, the Jedi Interceptor from 2014. And you know what? One of those pods at least is going to be closed as well with all of these sort of flaps up, so you'll only see one side of it anyway, so it's sort of silly to even collect them, but hey ho, I'll know it's done and complete. Then we have a wonderful Vita Rush flag, which is really nice. I got a couple of these before for my Vita Rush stand, but this one can go somewhere else, I guess, maybe around the racing track or something like that, where we might have some Vita Rush advertising. And that came from only one set, 60290, the skate park from 2021, which I didn't get because, well, didn't really need to. It didn't have anything I particularly needed. I got the sticker sheet, so that was probably the only bit I really wanted, apart from these. Some black bits and bobs. Oh, they're for the Tricks Bricks build. Don't know if that's going to help you identify what on earth I'm doing there. Probably not, but it's very cool, I think. Well, I'm hoping it will be. We've got a shield for the castle scene. One faction that hasn't got enough shields is the kind of undead army. So I need a skeleton shield that came on quite a few sets, including 7093, the absolutely amazing skeleton tower from 2007. Oh yeah, there's literally nothing I dislike in that set. Evil Wizard, check. Spikes on everything, yep. Massive skull shape, yep. Prisoner Princess, yep. Barding on the Night, yep. Dragon, yep. Skeletons, yep. Absolutely everything. Even a play feature drawbridge, so you can make the kind of drawbridge go up and down. I mean, I need that set conceptually, though I've got nowhere to put it. But anyway, there's a shield from that contingent. We've got a piece for another contingent, the Super Secret Police. Another bit of body armour for them. If it's a reasonable price, it would seem a shame not to. Some multicoloured hinge pieces. Green, yellow, green. This is apparently from the Building Minifigure wall exclusively in dark azure, this cap. Yeah, I'll take the word for it. I must not have one then if that's the case, so I got one of those. Some candle pieces in this dark tan. Loads of these windows. They are in blue to go in the extended tower. I think I used blue windows before, so that'll be good. A few more of those. And then last but certainly not least, I've got a little sealed baggie with a little dude in it from the Monster Fighters line. It is, hey, the werewolf. Now, I've got a few werewolves from things like Video and the series minifigure lines, but not this guy with his sort of ripped shirt. It's a similar sort of vibe than the previous ones, but yeah, he's in pretty good condition, actually. Got all the print on his teeth and so on, and ripped trousers and everything else. I think he's used. Oh, his arm's a bit, only a tiny bit floppy. Yeah, they split. No, he looks in good condition, so I'm happy with him. Now, you'll never guess what set he comes from. It's called The Werewolf, yeah, from 2012, set 9463. Now, he does need glow-in-the-dark claws, so I'll need to hook them out so we can fight properly over the Orange Moonstone with Major Quintin Steele, who will be in my city looking for monsters. So I've got no idea where I'm going to put this guy. Maybe sort of howling at the moon. Yeah, he looks really cool. So I thought I would definitely have him somewhere lurking around. So yeah, if you've got a specific idea for him, why not put it in a comment section and help me out? So that is the package from BrickLink.com, and it is an absolutely huge mound of used parts to wash, so that'll keep me busy for a bit. So we've only got one more thing, and that was the other lovely thing, and that was kind of a panic buy in a way. Essentially, I was looking at the Pac-Man arcade set 10323 very covetously. And it's a ridiculous set, really. I don't want the actual arcade. I want the tiny little arcade machine that lives inside. But I'm not buying a £230 set for that. So I've been looking at the sticker sheet to kind of piece together the arcade machine for myself. And when I looked, there was only one worldwide left, and it was in India. So I bought it. And now I've got most of the stickers going begging. So if anyone really desperately needs this remaining stickers on this sticker sheet, then drop me an email or something. But yeah, it was all these ones down here that I desperately wanted. I still really desperately want the minifigure with a cool sort of ghosty t-shirt that is in that set. But I have managed now to piece together, the original Pac-Man machine arcade, which will go, surprisingly, in my big arcade. So that is absolutely great. I've got some sort of addiction when it comes to certain things, and collecting kind of official Lego arcade machines is one of them, and making my own as well. So yeah, I've got quite a few personal ones developed as well, because this arcade's going to be massive. I think it's going to have about 30 machines in it. Yes, I said that right, 30. Maybe 25, but anyway, quite a lot. So this is going to be great. So yeah, a bit of an indulgence for this week. That was cheap on Amazon. Use my link. This was not so cheap. And since about 5 more sheets have come on BrickLink, I just checked before this video, and some of them are cheaper than what I paid. But the good thing is that postage from India is actually cheaper than it would be from Germany. Go figure. I don't understand it. US postage is the worst of all. It's absolutely extortionate. But anyway, yeah, we're trying to arrange this so we can get a thumbnail done. So that is the end of the haul. And as ever, I think it's been a pretty good one. Wow, what a lot of parts. I am a very lucky boy. And with all those projects I mentioned as well, I'm going to be a very busy lucky boy as well. Anyway, it's a good problem to have. I think the highlights today were the 2 special things, the lovely donut van and the Pac-Man arcade. But the werewolf's in very good condition, so I'm happy with him. And there are lots of good stickered parts, and they're always my favourites as well. So as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome brick hauls. Do also subscribe to the main Robin Hood Bricks channel if you want to see those projects being put together. I think the next one is going to be Project Old Grey. As I said, we've been waiting that for a long time. And if you do want to send something to a future brick haul, do get on with that soon, because I do think I will be ending the PO box unless I get strong objections, just to save that money each month. £40 does seem quite a lot if nothing much is coming through. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below as well. That is also greatly appreciated. So we'll have another haul next week, Project Old Grey on Monday, and until all of that, see you! I bet somebody suggests that I motorise this sign on top of the donut van, but that is definitely over the top.